The canary is one of the most popular pet birds in the world, known for its beautiful song, diverse colors, and ease of care. It has a beautiful and melodious voice, especially the males, who sing to attract females. Size: small, about 10-20 centimeters. Colors: the most common is yellow, but white, orange, green, and red also exist. Lifespan: it usually lives from 5 to 10 years with proper care. Behavior: calm and active, it enjoys flying inside the cage and interacting with its environment. Diet: it relies on grains such as millet and canary seeds, in addition to vegetables and fruits. The most famous types are German roller, Harz roller. Its song is soft and distinctive. Originating from the Harz Mountains in Germany, this bird has a beautiful, soothing voice and sings with its mouth almost closed. Its color is typically yellow or greenish yellow, with a simple and elegant appearance. Spanish timbrado. Its song is strong and varied. It has a strong metallic voice similar to the sound of bells. It usually sings with an open mouth, using a variety of rapid notes. Its colors are often yellow, green, or a mixture of both, and is bred primarily for its beautiful voice, not its appearance.
Malinois canary, originally from Belgium, distinguished by its unique, murmuring voice. Considered one of the best song canary breeds. Mostly yellow or light yellow in color with a simple appearance. Deep requires training and care to reach its full vocal potential.
This type is distinguished by its body shape or plumage. The most famous types are the Gloucester. The Corona variety is distinguished by its crest, crown. The Consort variety lacks a crown. It is small and plump. It is bred. The Yorkshire canary has a long, slender, and elegant body, with a distinctive upright posture. Sometimes nicknamed the King of Canaries, it is one of the most popular showbirds. Lancashire canary, one of the largest canary breeds. Two varieties exist, one with a crown, corona, and one without, consort. It has a strong and large appearance compared to other breeds, relatively rare nowadays. Color canary pictures. This canary breed has been developed to display very bright and varied colors. It originated from the common canary, but its colors have been improved and refined over time. Famous type is the red factor canary. Main colors yellow, most common, red factor, orange, bronze, brown. Some colors, such as red, require special nutrition to maintain color intensity. The male sings frequently, especially in the morning and during the breeding season. Singing often indicates that the bird is comfortable and healthy. Singing may decrease or stop during molting. Canaries are very active and love to jump and fly around the cage. They prefer ample space and perches. They spend time exploring their surroundings, and they enjoy regular bathing, once or twice a week. They preen their feathers themselves constantly, a natural behavior important for feather health. It eats in intervals throughout the day, not in one large meal. It may scatter seeds while eating, normal behavior. It enjoys variety, grain, sleep and rest. It sleeps at sunset and wakes with the light. It needs quiet and relative darkness at night, 8 to 10 hours of sleep. It prefers to live alone, especially the males. Males may fight if kept together in the same cage. A male and female can only be kept together during the breeding season. The male canary has natural and distinctive ways of attracting a female, and these behaviors are often most noticeable during the breeding season in spring. The most important method of attraction is singing. The male raises his voice and sings a variety of notes to demonstrate his strength and health. The more beautiful and longer his song, the greater the chances of attracting the female. He jumps around the female and fluffs his feathers. He moves his wings and performs light, showy movements. Sometimes he approaches and then quickly moves away to attract attention. He tries to feed her from his beak, a sign of his readiness to mate and establish a relationship. He shows interest in the area and encourages the female to build a nest. He stays close to her and makes soft sounds other than singing. He gently follows her inside the cage. Signs that the female has responded. She approaches him and doesn't run away. She makes soft sounds. She begins by sitting in the nesting area or preparing herself. If the female is not ready, she may fight with the male. A female canary typically lays 3 to 5 eggs. Sometimes, she may lay up to 6 eggs in rare cases. She lays an egg almost every day, usually in the morning. The female usually begins incubating the eggs after laying the last one. Incubation lasts about 13 to 14 days until the female incubates the chicks and keeps them warm. She cleans the nest and cares for the young. The male, an important helper, feeds the female, who in turn feeds the chicks. After several days, he participates in feeding the chicks himself. He helps protect the nest and reduces the female's stress. They rely on partially digested food from the parents. The parents need protein-rich food, such as hard-boiled eggs, at this stage. Do not disturb the nest too much after hatching. Make sure food and water are always available. If you notice the male disturbing the female or chicks, he can be temporarily separated. Caring for chicks involves daily, undisturbed monitoring and providing proper nutrition and hygiene for the parents. Days 1 to 3. Chicks are blind and featherless. They rely entirely on their mother for warmth. The father feeds the mother, and she feeds the chicks. Do not touch the nest. Ensure soft food such as hard-boiled eggs is available. Days 4-7. Chicks gradually begin to open their eyes. The beginnings of feathers appear, like small needles. Continue providing a high-protein diet. Change the water daily. Keeping the cage clean is important without disturbing the nest. Days 8 to 14. The chicks grow rapidly.
The feathers begin to appear clearly. You can take a quick look at the nest very carefully. Continue with soft food, seeds, and simple vegetables. Ensure that all chicks are fed. Days 15 to 21, they begin to try to leave the nest.
Provide low perches for easy standing. Offer shallow, safe water. Watch to prevent falls and injuries. Days 22 to 30, the chicks leave the nest and gradually become independent.
They learn to feed themselves. Offer easy-to-eat food, shelled seeds and soft food. Observe that they are actually eating and not just relying on their parent.
They can be separated later once they become independent. Very important tips: do not open the cage frequently or touch the chicks. Make sure the parents are feeding the chicks. Full stomachs mean good condition. If you notice a weak or neglected chick, it needs immediate attention. Cleanliness is important, but do not disturb the nest. When do they become independent? Usually, after 30 to 35 days, the chicks begin to be fully independent. Here are the most common canary diseases, along with their symptoms and how to treat them. Common cold. Symptoms include sneezing and wheezing, nasal discharge, lethargy, and ruffled feathers. Treatment. Place the bird in a warm, well-ventilated place. Provide clean water with vitamins. In severe cases, antibiotics under veterinary supervision. Diarrhea in birds. Symptoms include wavy, abnormal droppings, a dirty tail area, and general weakness. Treatment. Stop giving fruits and vegetables, offer only dry seeds, and add apple cider vinegar to the water. If it persists, consult a veterinarian. Symptoms: persistent itching, irritability and sleeplessness, sometimes feather loss. Treatment: clean the cage thoroughly, use a bird-specific insecticide, change the bedding regularly. Open mouth while breathing, wheezing, less activity, warm the bird immediately, good ventilation without drafts, often requires prompt veterinary medication. Molting. Symptoms include feather loss, stopping singing, and mild lethargy. Treatment involves good nutrition with protein and vitamins, reducing stress, and providing rest. Enteritis. Symptoms: severe diarrhea, loss of appetite, noticeable weakness. Treatment: clean food and water, antibiotic as prescribed by a veterinarian. Important prevention tips: keep the cage clean, change the water daily, provide a balanced diet, avoid drafts, observe the behavior daily. If you notice the condition worsening rapidly or the canary is not improving within 2 days, do not rely solely on home treatment. A veterinarian is essential.
Prepare the cage and nest in this way to increase the chances of successful mating. Note that some animal welfare organizations advise against home breeding unless you are able to care for the chicks and provide them with homes later.
Success begins with healthy and active birds. Signs of readiness include the male singing frequently and attempting to feed, and the female showing interest in the nest or sitting low on the perch.
Some breeding guides advise against rushing and recommend waiting a while after showing interest before providing nesting materials.
Make the cage as spacious as possible, ideally allowing the bird to fly freely, not just spread its wings. It should be made of a non-toxic,
zinc-free material and placed away from direct drafts, intense sunlight, and harmful household fumes.
Place stable and comfortable perches and arrange food and water dishes so they don't obstruct the nesting area. Having multiple perches allows the birds to move away from each other when necessary and reduces stress.
Use a small open nesting pan or a suitable canary nest and place it in a quiet corner of the cage, not in the center.
It's helpful to line the base of the nest with special felt or a canary-specific lining to minimize the risk of eggs breaking.
Provide the female with soft, safe materials such as coconut fiber or nesting materials specifically designed for young birds. Avoid long threads or materials that could wrap around the legs.
If you have a cage with a divider, begin with a safe introduction before full pairing. This method is common in specialized breeding cages and reduces pushing or fighting if the female is not yet ready. Adequate space is also important so that each bird can move away from the other when necessary.
Many canary breeders associate the breeding season with the longer days in spring, and some evidence suggests that canaries typically breed from spring to early summer.
Before and during hatching, provide a balanced diet, gradually increasing soft foods and fresh vegetables, because the egg-laying and chick-rearing stage requires good nutritional support.
Once the female begins building the nest or laying eggs, minimize moving, vigorous cleaning, and touching the nest. Observe calmly and provide water and food daily without disturbing the pair.
Some breeder guides suggest that the number of safe clutches is limited, after which the nest should be removed and the pair given a rest. A common example, 2 clutches are usually safe, a third might be possible, then it's best to stop incubation and allow the birds to rest.
If you observe these signs, the setup is likely successful. Common mistakes: an overly cramped cage, a nest that is unstable or unlined, unsafe nesting materials, drafts, or constant disturbance.